It was the kind of cold morning that clung to your bones. Ben Carter shoved his hands deeper into the pockets of his frayed coat, the hem brushing against the knees of his work pants as he trudged down Main Street. His steel-toe boots, scuffed and cracked from years of construction sites, echoed against the empty sidewalk. He was running late again, but today wasn't about the clock or the paycheck. Today was about Lily. His daughter turned 7, and he'd promised her one thing: flowers, not toys, not cake, flowers. She'd whispered to him last week after school, "I want something beautiful, Daddy, like the ones Mommy used to get." Ben's heart clenched. It had been 3 years since cancer took Mia. Every day he tried to be both mother and father, superhero and soft place to land. Most days he failed, but not today. He pushed open the creaky glass door of Rose and Bloom, the small flower shop wedged between a yoga studio and a boarded-up cafe. The bell jingled overhead, and the warm scent of lavender and soil rushed to meet him. Behind the counter, arranging lilies with deliberate precision, stood a woman in a navy cashmere sweater and jeans that looked expensive without trying. Her hair was pulled into a loose braid, and her eyes, quiet ocean gray, lifted to meet his. "Morning," she said, offering a soft smile. "Can I help you?" Ben glanced at the bouquets lining the wall. Everything was too much. Roses wrapped in silk, orchids that looked like they belonged in a gallery. His fingers tightened around the crumpled $20 bill in his pocket. Just looking for something simple," he muttered. "It's for my daughter's birthday." The woman's expression changed, just a flicker, not pity, something warmer, curious. "How old?" she asked. 7 today. He replied, his voice softening. "She likes bright colors. She likes everything that makes the world feel bigger." The woman turned and walked into the back room without a word. For a moment, Ben wondered if he'd said something wrong. Then she returned with a small, hand-tied bouquet. Wild daisies, baby's breath, and one sunflower, slightly drooping but still bold and golden. "This one didn't quite make the cut for the front," she said, "but it's got heart." Ben reached for his wallet. "How much?" She paused for her, just a smile when she sees it. He blinked. "You sure?" "I'm sure." Ben hesitated, then offered his hand. "I'm Ben, Claire," she said, shaking it. Her grip was warm, steady. "Happy birthday to Lily." That bouquet changed everything. Ben returned a week later, Lily's crayon drawing in hand. Flowers in a vase, the sun grinning overhead. He handed it to Claire, from Lily. She said, "Your shop smells like happiness." Claire laughed, the sound catching her off guard. She couldn't remember the last time she'd laughed like that. Since inheriting the store from her mother, she'd mostly existed in autopilot, arranging petals by day, scrolling through a sea of curated lives on her phone by night, wondering if loneliness was just a permanent condition. Ben kept coming back, sometimes for flowers, sometimes just for 5 quiet minutes before work. He told her about Lily's latest school play, about losing Mia, about how most nights he fell asleep with a lunchbox half backed in his lap. And Claire listened, not because she had to, but because she wanted to. One rainy Thursday, Lily came too. She burst into the shop, raincoat dragging behind her, and barreled straight to Claire with a grin. "Are you the flower lady?" "I am," Claire replied, kneeling to meet her. "And you must be the reason this shop got brighter." Lily tugged on her sleeve. "Daddy said you made him smile. That's a superpower." Ben turned red. Claire just smiled. That night, after they left, she stood alone by the register, holding Lily's latest drawing, 3 stick figures beneath a big sunflower, one labeled me, one Daddy, and the third Miss Claire. She cried for the first time in years. Spring bloomed slowly in their small town. By then, Claire had started visiting their apartment on Sundays. She brought leftover tulips and muffins, and helped Lily plant a flower box on their windowsill. One Sunday, as the 3 of them sat around a cracked kitchen table, Ben said, "You know, you've kind of become part of our little family." Claire looked at Lily, who nodded solemnly. "Can we keep you?" Lily asked. Claire's breath caught in her throat. It was the moment everything shifted months past. The flower shop thrived in unexpected ways. Neighbors came more often, drawn not just by the blooms, but by the story they whispered to each other. The lonely florist, the widowed dad, the little girl who brought them together. Claire never charged Ben again, but he still showed up every Friday with $20 and a new story, and sometimes with his calloused hand in hers. Epilogue. On a sun-drenched afternoon the following year, Claire walked Lily down an aisle made of petals, toward Ben, waiting with tears in his eyes and a bouquet of wildflowers in his hands. They didn't need a big wedding, just each other and the life they'd chosen to grow together. Because sometimes the smallest acts, a cheap bouquet, a shared laugh, a kindness given freely, plant the seeds for everything that truly matters. And from that soil, love blooms always.